most of us, seeing the doctor means coming to an office like this. But our modern world has created a need for new and different types of medical services. For the past 10 years, a San Francisco-based group called Rock Medicine has been providing free emergency medical care at concerts and gatherings throughout the Bay Area. Rock Medicine provides a unique service, handling problems that most medical facilities couldn't begin to cope with. We went to watch them in action as the Rolling Stones played their concert in Candlestick Park.
The younger generation, like junior high and 12-year-olds, you know, parents ain't got no control over them or nothing.
I think the quality of psychedelics has gone down a whole lot.
Not much LSD these days. Yeah. Not much LSD.
I'm Skip Gay, and I'm director of the Emergency Medicine Rock Medicine section of the Haight-Ashbury Free Medical Clinics. The Rolling Stones concert this Saturday and Sunday out at Candlestick Park, we'll all congregate there probably Friday night, and we'll get ready for the action that's going to start early the next morning. We get technical, sure. We go over the maps and we say this is where we expect to have problems, but mainly we just have fun. We'll have a big rib dinner, a little bit of beer. We'll use about 150 people. This will involve about 25 to 30 emergency physicians. There will be an equal number of emergency nurses. We'll have 5 psychiatrists, about 20 trained psychologists. 65,000 people are going to be there. We'll expect to see perhaps 200 people a day. We can project from the years that we've worked that we will see 0.2% of all the people that come to a concert. We'll see them.
Yeah, burn, baby. Valley.
10 years ago, acid used to be quite a problem because people didn't know how to handle it. And so we would see a bunch of trippers. Over the years, although we now actually see an upsurge in the use of LSD, we don't see so many people who are having problems with it.
Today's the alcohol generation, and these people are drinking. And when they can get something else, they'll take it, but they always augment it with alcohol. It's Jose Cuervo, it's bottles of brandy, it's pretty much any liquor they can get a hold of.
Booze is the cheapest thing, and you can always stand outside a liquor store and get somebody to buy it for you.
So most of what we see is the reaction of the alcohol, which is by far the most dangerous drug that we treat here. They hit the door, they decide they can't bring it in, so they drink it on the spot and they collapse before they hit the field in the morning.
The Rock Medicine staff includes teams of spotters roaming the crowd and in the press box above. These spotters relay information to a control center which is in touch with 6 mobile emergency teams by means of walkie-talkies and the house telephone systems. Those cases which cannot be helped in the field are brought to a makeshift hospital in the stadium dressing room. There they find everything from a comfortable resting place to an emergency operating room.
Got it. We got a big truck door that closed on the guy's knee. He can't support it right now. It's a little bit dense.
My name is Kathy Ferris. Around here, I'm kind of the Hot Lips character. Can't imagine why. I'm a registered nurse from Concord, California.
My name is Mark Curlin. People usually refer to me as Mark the Mouse. I work out here in the field.
My name is Lori Puente. I have a couple nicknames. It depends on who's talking to me. People call me Boom Boom. I take care of all the air mattresses, blankets, bowls.
I was a trained anesthesiologist. I left my job as an assistant professor in anesthesiology at the University of Chicago and came out here to San Francisco in 1967 as a sort of a belated flower child myself. I wanted to find out what was happening out here.
I went to a Catholic co-ed military school for high school. Everybody was pretty straight, reasonably middle class. Marijuana was a terrible drug that, you know, terrible people used. Alcohol was pretty much our drug of choice, and I chose it a lot.
When I was a teenager, I was very fucked up. Reds, yellows, drinking, and a lot of my friends didn't make it because they didn't have anything like rock medicine.
Hospital nursing is fine, and it's been my life for 13 years, but this is more exciting. It's kind of wham, bam, thank you, ma'am medicine. They come in, we get them well, they say thank you, and we say goodbye.
A couple of days in the hospital, intravenous antibiotics, bed rest, leg elevators.
We take care of people that other traditional doctors don't want in their office.
This kid's kind of drunk and could use a little hydration.
Chap also seems to have a bleeding ulcer. He's barfing up a bit of blood. And he's a little cold also. Can't get his temp above 95. He's also a little dry, so a little water, little blankets, and maybe in a couple of hours he'll be out seeing the stones.
The talk-down technique that we employ is taking someone who is a little disoriented. We talk them down, we reassure them, we get them back to reality.
It's non-punitive, non-judgmental care. We operate from the point that we've been there before, we understand what you're going through, and you can enjoy it, you know. It's not a loss.
1:30 overnight. Did you do lubes today?
No, not me. I don't really eat mushrooms.
Mushrooms today? And alcohol, right?
Including mushrooms and alcohol. Yeah, mushrooms.
Did you have that on the full dinner or all of it?
Our whole concept from the very beginning was to return the person to his family and to the musical event. We've taken people who have been brought in, handcuffed by the local police, and are terribly potentially violent, and within 5 minutes, we have these people completely reassured. We're talking to them, and within half an hour or so, they're back in the crowd, and they cause no further trouble. Things that we do are seemingly very, very minor. Mainly this will just be to give them aspirin or Maalox or maybe hand out a Tampax or a Pamper. But when the serious problem does occur, we're there.
He was trying to slide down the railing, and he took about a 60-foot fall, fell on his head and shoulders.
He had internal bleeding. He was bleeding from the ear and from the mouth.
Yeah, he drank about a pint of whiskey. Did about maybe a quarter pint of tequila and took acid on top of that. The teams got there, immobilized his neck and spine, you know, which is the most important part. Transport him into trauma, stabilize him, then ship him off in the ambulance.
Good job, good job. Going to your right.
He worked very quickly. 15 minutes is a very short amount of time to have somebody from the time of injury to a hospital. That's quick.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to the ambulance.
Okay, good. I want to make sure somebody has ears. Just everybody flowed and worked right together. We had 4 doctors, 4 nurses, and everything was there. And that's the essence of it, being a team and being able to respond as a team and get the job done. And it worked. Go!
Go!
He's got a ruptured spleen, he's got a base of the skull fracture, got some broken ribs, but he's going to live. And I think this is the reason why we're here.
Well, there were 11 people that died in Cleveland at a Who concert, and yeah, maybe a lot could have been done about crowd control, but if they had on-site medical care, maybe 2 of 11 might have been saved.
If I can borrow a phrase from the Grateful Dead, we're not the best at what we do. We're the only ones who do what we do.
We are! see you here.